According to a study that I seen, depression in people under the age of 30 has doubled since 2017. It went from 13% to 26.7%. That's pretty significant. I just want to share some things that, as I spend time with God, He speaks to me about and He teaches me about. What is some of the factors as to why young people, especially, but I would just say any age, is unhappy today, is frustrated with their life, doesn't feel like they have a direction. They feel unhappiness and discontentment with the way their life is going. They carry it around like a big weight. Anxiety. They're just not happy internally. Okay? And I'll just tell you the secret right now instead of, talking for so long and holding it off. The secret is you are more focused on your life. You're more focused on your success, your money, your image, and anything that has to pertain to you more than the needs of others. Okay, that's the big secret. Now, I'll water that down to make it more easy to understand. First of all, it's okay to be focused on yourself. That's not a problem. To determine your educational path, to determine your future, to plan financially, to study, to work hard, to make good choices, to care about your hygiene, to care about your clothing, to learn how to drive and buy a good car, all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you were to examine your life, you would find possibly none or a very low percentage of how much you actually care, and stop focusing on yourself about the needs of others. You can say, oh, I'm polite and I'm kind, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a willful, intentional part of your day, or a personality trait that you begin to adopt and take on, where you stop thinking of how to better yourself in the things of your life and just focus on, what can I do for this person in front of me? What can I do for the stranger I'm about to see? What can I do for someone else? How much money today? Can I put aside $1 today so that at the end of the week or the start of next week, I now have $7 and I can buy someone else's drink that's in line in front of me? Or I could save $1 a day, intentionally hold $1 in your hand, put it aside, and say, this is $30, $31, you know what I'm talking about, $1 a day, and I'm going to just give this to someone. I'm going to donate this money. An intentional act. What I'm trying to say is that the reason why there's so much anxiety, so much depression, so much sadness, so much you're miserable inside type styles, type feeling, is because you never focus on the needs of others. People say when you become a parent, your entire life changes for the better. The reason is because now you have someone else to live for. Are you in a relationship? How much of them are you still putting before your needs? When you first met each other, it was all about the other person. It was all about them. Couldn't wait to buy them a gift or take them to this place, all the planning, all the way you were going to smell and dress. And then now look at your relationship. You don't care how you appear in front of each other. Obviously not everyone, not all. But what I'm saying is if you want to break that unhappiness, if you want to break that sadness, that stress, to be the most beautiful, the most muscular online and have your social media run your life, start thinking of the needs of others. Actively do it. Take time. It may start, listen, everything big starts small. You may have to say at 12 noon every day for a half hour, I'm going to go crazy and just think of others. I'm going to do everything for anyone else that I see. I'm going to start with a big smile to someone else. Hey, you look nice today. Hey, I like your sneakers. Be honest. Don't make up stuff. But strategize, and maybe from 12 to 12:30, it's going to be all about others. And I promise you, the first time you do it, watch that feeling you're about to feel on the inside of you. Watch how you will feel. Okay? Watch that. Now, obviously, I'm going to read you some scriptures, okay? Some verses and chapters in the Bible. Yeah, that's right, the Bible. Oh, is this a religious video? Whatever. If you want to call it that, fine. But where does loving your neighbor come from? It comes from Christ. Do you know the Bible says that God left all of his riches in heaven to become poor so that through his poverty we may become rich? The entire life of Jesus Christ was a sacrifice of himself for others. One of the biggest secrets as to why Jesus was so driven, never quit, was never depressed or anxious, was never sad or miserable, even though he experienced consistent rejection, loneliness, hate, abuse, not just from strangers, but from people of his own blood, his own brothers, his own people he experienced that from. What was the secret that kept him? His heart was focused not on himself, but on others. And so that was a shield to the strain and stress that he experienced. Look at Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. In humility, value others above yourselves. Wow. Not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. Maybe you're in line at the store. And if you just start walking faster than the person who's walking to your same aisle, you'll be able to beat them and get in line first. Because if you look at their carriage, it's huge. Maybe you slow down and you say, go ahead. Watch how you'll feel. See, it's a struggle to come out and live that lifestyle because we're so accustomed to work hard for myself, self-preservation, my family, my immediate friends, all that stuff. It's hard to break out of that mold. You'll have to train yourself. Look at this, Mark chapter 10, verse 45. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Okay, this is Jesus Christ that we're reading about. In John chapter 14, verse 6, it says, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Well, the way the Holy Spirit told me is that Jesus is the truthful way of living life. Have you been living your life like Jesus? If you have been, then you're living life perfectly and in the true sense. Look at Matthew 22:39. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Let's go back to the grocery line example. You love yourself enough to want to find the fastest line to check out, and you see it, and then you see competition, and because you want to serve yourself, you hurry up to cut the line before the person walking slower to you to the same register. It's the same example, just repeating it. That's how you love yourself in that moment. Now stop and say, wait, this is how I love myself to get myself to be first. I'm going to love someone else the way that I'm loving myself and slow down to give someone else what I was just seeking for myself. Look at Galatians chapter 5, verse 13. Ready? Through love, serve one another. It's all about servitude. And it starts small in the little areas. And the more you see its immediate reward in your emotions, in your heart, you trust me, once you experience that, you're going to say, how can I do more? Pace yourself, train yourself. Because if you come all out at once, you may fatigue yourself. Train yourself. Watch this. 1 Corinthians 10:24. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. Now, that's not saying that seeking your own good is bad. That's just that the way you see that is in every situation, don't put yourself first, consider others. Now, we know that there's a golden rule, and it's in the Bible, and it's Luke 6:31, do to others as you would have them do to you. Okay? It's such an easy principle. Whatever you want to take place to yourself in any situation, do that to someone else. Maybe something that you were to give someone was in a bad condition before you gave it to them, and you just quick dusted it off and handed it to them. Instead, say, hey, no, I'm going to throw this out. Would I eat this? Would I drink this? Would I wear this? Would I do this? The amount of focus on self is what's driving you down instead of up. So, and I mean emotionally, I mean in your heart, I mean in your feelings. Let's talk about something that's also talked about many times. This isn't groundbreaking information I'm bringing here about what I'm about to say, is that there's nothing wrong with social media. There's nothing wrong with it. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. But unfortunately, some of the bad has been a major source of anxiety, depression, because it's all about you. You post yourself for people to see you and then to praise you and worship you. And that's your reality. That's your reality. Little children, that becomes their toy. There's no longer hands-on toys that they get to interact with and play with other kids. It's all about social media, which again, in itself is not bad, but it can be used for bad. You see filters, you see the best of the best of the best moments. You don't even see behind the scenes of how many fails a short little video took for someone to post. You don't see true life. And that's all you see. And you become that, and you must be perfect in your mind, and you must maintain that perfect standard. It's taking the you and inflating it so extreme, where you are the center of your world now. You think that people struggled with self-centeredness before social media? Even more so now. Even more so now. Okay? Pull out from that. Pull out from that. You're not a god. You don't need to be worshiped. You don't need to lie to the world that this is truly who you are. And you're engaging in activities that have everything to do about you. Again, this is what's killing us. This is what's harming the young people, harming any age of people today, is that self-centeredness, that selfishness, that me, get. I need to be number one. I need to have this. I need to have that. Instead of stopping and saying, what can I do for someone else today? I'm only telling you this because I've experienced it. This is not practice what I preach or what I say. Put the needs of others first. Begin to wake up and say, God, what can I do to help someone today? Let's say you're sitting beside them, anywhere. Start praying for them. Start thinking of what you can say to them or encourage them to help them. Start saying, hi, how are you? A smile with a nodding of your head, anything. Hold the door open. Begin to train yourself to get out of your zone and think of others. Put others first. Maybe leave a tip. Leave a little bit more of a tip financially. Text someone. Good morning, thinking about you, hope everything's cool. Hey, give me a call if you need me. Oh, they're gonna call me now. Now I gotta deal with them. Are you serious? It's gonna benefit you too, plus them. The smile that you will put on others' faces is the smile that you will be able to keep. In other words, whatever you bless others with is the blessings that you yourself will be able to reap and have. It's not just drain your life and resources for the smile of others. I tell you this, I said it earlier, it's an immediate satisfaction in your system. And it's like, why haven't I been living like this? It's because we're so trained to just focus on ourselves. Okay? Begin to stop being afraid of the sacrificial pain that you will feel from denying yourself something for the benefit of someone else. You will see that when you feel the pain of the sacrifice, it's a tiny price compared to the joy that will be lodged within your heart. When you give to someone else, you are now in debt. God is now in debt to you. You give someone 50, God owes you that 50 back and then some. Okay? Some lessons that have come my way recently. When you give, the interest in heaven is like $1 billion for $100 compared to your little, 25 cents that you're going to get from keeping it in the bank. The secret of Christ's happiness and strength was that he was focused on others more than himself. And he survived unto death, a sacrificial life, all for others. Okay? My encouragement to you is begin any way you can to focus on others in wanting to better them and help them smile, achieve something, buy something, move something, anything. Because this is the biggest secret your life has been missing, and as to why you are not truly satisfied. Maybe you're doing something, and to benefit another person, you actually have to stop. Let's go over some funny things, okay? Maybe you need to clean yourself more so you're more presentable and not, smelly or dirty. Maybe it'll bless someone. Maybe you need to clean up your space because others are tolerating your messiness. Maybe you need to clean your front yard because your neighbors are like, man, this place just looks so miserable all the time. You see what I'm saying? Things that you don't even know about impact your fellow neighbor. If you take a stone and you throw it in the water, there's a ripple effect, right? Your simplest smile from your heart genuinely to someone else with the intent to make them smile is a huge ripple effect, because once it hits them, then they're going to do it to someone else, and on and on and on and on it goes. Your secret to your misery, why you're sad, why you're depressed, why you feel like you have no purpose, is because you have, with full force, selfishly focused on your own needs, not considering the needs of others, and not putting them first. And you may say, I have been doing this, but I still feel this way. Forgive. That's a little sneak thing in this video. Forgive them. Forgive people. Okay, that will release you to love them better and increase your love towards others. If you want true happiness, it starts when you lose sight of yourself and begin to put the needs of others before yours.